Hello YouTube. This is Marsha Seawright from Jabongel Handmade, head coach. Hope everyone is doing okay today. I am back today to show you how to crochet 0 to newborn size sweater from the top down. To start, we are going to start with 36 stitches plus 3. That's the turning chain, starting in the 3rd chain from the hook. So let's get started. Well, first of all, this is my yarn I'm using. I have like 3 balls of yarn I'm using. Because my first yarn is kind of thin and I wanted a heavier texture yarn, something you could see. So let's get started. And I'm using an eye hook. You can see that? That's an eye hook. So we're going to get started first. Make my loop. Like a little slip knot. Make your loop. And I'm going to chain 36. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. And do your stitches kind of loose. Don't pull your stitches tight. Nice and loose, and that'd be easier for you to go into the stitches. So that's 36 plus 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And that's going to be your turn-in chain, where you turn, to go into the next stitch. Okay, so we're going to count 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. And that's the stitch you're going to go in. And that's your first double crochet in the 3rd stitch. And you will continue into the next, what's that, 3 stitches, because you're going to go in the first 6 stitches. So we have here the turning stitch, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Into the stitch, pull up the yarn, go through 2, then go through 2 more. That's your double crochet. So you want to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches. Okay, in that 7th stitch, which is right here, right there, and you're going through both of the stitches. In that 7th stitch, you're going to do a double crochet, chain 1, and another double crochet within that 7th stitch. Go through 2 loops, go through the next 2. And that's going to give you what they call like a V stitch. It's called a V stitch. See. So you have your V stitch there. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches, and in the 7th stitch you're going to make a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. That's your first V stitch. Okay, so then you're going to continue and do 6 more double crochet. And the thing with having 3 and 2 loops to work with, you have to make sure you pick up all your loops, which you just seen I didn't pick up all my loops, so I had to go back. So you're going into this next stitch, which is the 8th stitch. You do a double crochet, yarn over, go in a stitch, pull up, loop, go through 2, go through 2, yarn over, go into the stitch, both loops on the hook, pull up, stitch, go through 2, go through 2. So you do that until you have 6 more double crochet. So that's 3, and this is 4, woo, 4, 4, 5, 6, and always count your stitches so you keep track of your stitches. You see, I'm having a time with this yarn. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more double crochets. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 V stitch in the 7th stitch, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more double crochets. Then in the next stitch, the following stitch, you're going to do another V stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, plus chain 1, and do another double crochet into that same stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and that's your second V stitch right there in that stitch. That's your second V stitch. Okay, so then now we're working towards the back of the sweater. So you're going to do, let's see, 36 plus 1, so that's what, 30, 36, 7, 38, 39 stitches, and you go into the 3rd stitch from the hook. So now we on the back of the sweater, and so it's 36 an even number. So in the front it's gonna be 6 and 6, because the back is 12, and then the sides is 6, and that equals your what I say, 39, 36, 37, 39 stitches. So now this is the back, and we're going to do 12 double crochet in each stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to do 6, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 12 double crochet for the back of the sweater. So 6 on the side, 6 there, 6 for the front, and then 12 in the back. Okay, so let's count our stitches to make sure. From the V-stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. So we got 12 stitches. So now we're going to do another V-stitch in this stitch right here. Make sure you go through both of the stitches, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Our next V-stitch. So that's another V-stitch right there. Right here, V-stitch. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. V-stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another V-stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then a V-stitch. And then you're going to do 6 more double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. And then you're going to do another V-stitch. Chain 1. And you make your last V-stitch right here. So then you're going to do 6 more double crochets at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you have your 6 crochets. Okay, so you're going to chain 2 and turn. Is that turning your work again? So this is row 2. Now what you can do is if you want to make sure you know where your V stitches are, you could put a piece of yarn there, or you can put a stitch marker there so that you won't miss it, or just make sure you pay close attention to where your V stitches are, because that's where you're going to continue to do an increase in them stitches for like 7 rows. So again, pull up the yarn, go through 2, go through 2. First double crochet, second double crochet, third double crochet, fourth double crochet, 6 double crochet, and then you right here at your V-stitch again, and you'll make sure you put a double crochet in that first double crochet which made your V-stitch. Then you're going to go to in the center of that V-stitch and make a double crochet, chain 1, because this is your increase. Go back into that same V-stitch and do another double crochet. So that's your V-stitches, one V-stitch sitting on top of the other V-stitch. So then you continue and you make 6 more, 6 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your 6th stitch. Yarn over, come through 2 loops, come through 2 more loops. That's a double crochet. So you can always go back, like I said, and count your stitches to make sure that your stitches are even. You didn't miss a stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So did I do 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, see, I almost forgot. 1 more stitch is 6. That's why you have to look and count your stitches. It's easier to make a mistake. So that's 6. And you add a V-stitch again, which is where you're going to do your decrease. So, like I said, you had a decrease here. You had a V-stitch right here, and you made another V-stitch right here, which is a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then on the side of your V-stitch, which is your next stitch, you make sure you put a double crochet in it. And that's your first one of your 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you add the V-stitch again, which is right here. This is the V-stitch right here. And you're going to do 1 double crochet in there, and then you're going to do 1 double crochet in the middle of the V-stitch, chain 1, and then do another double crochet in that V-stitch, and that's your increases. So V-stitch and the V-stitch. Okay, I hope y'all can see that. Trying to make sure that you can see. That's why I'm taking my time to explain it. Okay, now you back to the back part of the sweater again. This is the side which would become the sleeves. 6 V-stitch, and now you're on the back. You're gonna do 12 more double crochet when you get to the back. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And make sure you keep them yarns together. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, must have missed one because I got 11. One, okay, V stitch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The next one is 12. See how sometimes you think you got all the stitches, and then I have this dark yarn, so you really have to pay attention. So that's your 12th stitch. So this is the back of the sweater. See, it's coming along. So this is your V stitch, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's your 12 double crochets for the back part of the sweater. Okay, now we add a V stitch again. So you're going to put your double crochet right there in the next stitch. Do not skip any stitches. And then you go in the middle of your V stitch right there. And make a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the middle of that V stitch. And that's your second increase. Is a V stitch right here, V stitch right here, and this is your V stitch right there. So now you're going to do, remember, don't skip any stitches. This is a double crochet 1, double crochet 2. Trying to keep this yarn together, y'all. It's something when you have more than one balls of yarn. I usually have the balls of yarn down in a bucket or bag or something, but it's harder to do that while I'm trying to give instructions on how to do it. Okay, that's 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, V stitch, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, 6 is the, let me see, 6 is the next one, 6. And then you go make your next double crochet in the V stick like we've been doing all along in that stitch. Don't skip any stitches. Put your 1 double crochet in there, and then make a double crochet right in the middle of the V stitch, chain 1, and make another double crochet within that V stitch. So that's your 2 V stitches. That's your increase again. And see, on the side of the V stitch, you put that stitch in. Okay, now coming up, see, it's a stitch. This is the remaining part of the V stitch. That's what I'm telling you. Don't skip any stitches. Make sure you go into that stitch. That's your following new stitch placement for your next 6 crochets. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, let's count our stitches to make sure that we have everything correct so far. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 V stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 V stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay, this is the second V-stitch. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And you know, as you go up, as it builds, you're adding stitches because you're going to have some increases. That's what makes the garment gets bigger and bigger. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now we're at the end. So at the end, what we do, we chain 2 and turn our work again. So we're just going to continue doing that until we get like 7 rows. And on the 7th row, I'm going to show you what to do when you get to the 7th row. It's a little different what you do when you get to the 7th row. Okay, so I think you caught on to yarn over, go in the stitch, pull up a stitch, go through 2, go through 2 more. That's your double crochet. Yarn over, go into the stitch, pull up a loop, go through 2, go through 2. That's your double crochet. And you just keep on doing that until you get, sorry about that, until you get 7 rows of these double crochets. And don't forget, when you get to your V-stitch, to make your V-stitch and go into the side of the first part of the V-stitch right here that I just went into. Make sure you go into that. This is your V-stitch right here. This is your V-stitch right here. And you make sure you don't miss a stitch. And you go into the middle stitch, make a double crochet, chain 1, into the middle stitch again, that same stitch, make a double crochet, and that's your V-stitch. And then you just continue on making your double crochets until you get 7 rows. So I'm gonna just be doing my double crochets until this builds into 7 rows. Okay. You pay attention to your stitches so you won't forget where to do your increases when you get to your V-stitch. Oh, my fingernail keep pulling my yarn up. You see that, y'all? Nail. Sorry about that. Crochet. Back to that V-stitch again. Double crochet in the top, double crochet in the middle of the V-stitch, chain 1, double crochet in that same stitch, and that's your new V-stitches. So you have 1, 2, 3 V-stitches. And like I said, you can put a stitch marker or a bobby pin at each one of these V-stitches so you won't forget where to do your increases. And make sure you go into that next stitch. Do not skip any stitches. Okay, let's move this out the way. Okay, all right. So like I said, continue doing your double crochet into each stitch And when you get to your V stitches, do your increases. Always do your increases. Watch your V stitches, and you have 4 V stitches, so watch your V stitches. I need to stop hitting the light. Sorry about that, y'all. This is Marsha Seawright, head coach over here at Jabongel Handmade, and I'm showing you how to crochet 0 to newborn sweater from the top down. You always stop and look at your work, you know, to make sure that you're on track and you're not doing anything wrong before you get too far down the road and have to pull out something. You know, it's best to catch a mistake early on than later, after you done a lot of stitching. Okay, so I'm going to continue to put the double crochets in and continue working until I get 7 rows of double crochet. Remember, do not skip any stitches at all. So if anyone want to get in contact with me, my email is Marsha Seawright 200@gmail.com. And if you see anything that you're interested in on my channel, make sure you put in the email order that you want to order and what you would like to order. And I will get back with you and make arrangements to get that order out to you. And I hope everyone is doing okay. I had a little bout with an allergic reaction with something I haven't had since I was a child. A week ago, something bit me and I literally had to go to the hospital. Swell me all up and everything, and the aftermath was like flu symptoms, and I had, you know, all those cold-like symptoms, but I'm feeling much better now. And like I always say, if it could happen, it does. But prayerfully, you know, I was able to conquer it and keep on moving. Thanks, Source, you know. The creator of all creators, you know. That I'm here and it's okay. Okay? And make sure you get that last stitch. Don't want to miss no stitches. Sketches. Oh, I tell you. Okay, so we at the end again, and this is row 1, 2, 3, and we're chaining 2, 1, 2, and turn. So this is row 4. We getting there, y'all. We almost there. When we get on row 7, it's gonna be a little different, and I'll show you what to do when we get to row 7. But right now we just putting double crochets in every stitch and making sure we doing our increase when we get to the V stitch. As long as you do that, it'll be a-okay. And you can always pause the video and, you know, catch up with where I am, or, you know, or or wait till I get to where you are, you know, because you may be moving faster than I am, you know. So, and at the end, you should have you a beautiful little 0 to newborn sweater. The basics of it, because I'm probably going to have to do a part 2 to finish it. I don't know. It depends on how long it takes to get the main part of the sweater done. You know, depends on how fast we could get it done, on how much I will do today. But this is 0 to newborn sweater done from top down. Okay. Top down, from the top to the bottom. Okay. Just continue doing your double crochet. Yarn over, go in the stitch, go through 2, go through 2, chain 1, yarn over, go through the stitch. Oh, I wish this nail stopped getting hung in my yarn. Sorry, y'all. Make sure you don't miss that side stitch that's right. It's the V, and how you go in that stitch, and you go in that stitch, and you go in the middle. You don't want to miss none of that, because all that is your increase. And that's going to be very important, because where you're making the increases at, that's where your sleeves are going to be. And you'll be able to see that when I get to row 7, what I mean. Because what you're going to do is you're going to pull the V stitches together, and that's going to make your armhole for your sweater. And we'll be there in a couple more rows, and you'll understand more of what I'm saying. Getting there though. I just try to not go too fast so that you can understand the directions I'm giving you. I got 3 pieces of yarn in my hand. It's a little more activity and process to do when you gotta hold all those yarns together. But as you can see, you can do it. You can get the job done. That's the way you want to add the colors, because you know, all the time you don't have the yarns that you want with all the colors in it you desire. So you can put the colors together if you have different rolls of yarn with different colors in it that you desire. And not only the different colors, like what I have different textures of yarn. This is very thin yarn, and this is a heavier yarn, this third piece. So like I said, you the creator, and you do what you want. And again, you add this V stitch again. Now went into the first part of the V stitch, and then you yarn over and go in the middle of that V stitch. This is your increase again, making your V stitch. Chain 1 and go in again, make your pull through 2, that's your double crochet, and chain 1 makes the V stitch. And then this is the second arm on the V stitch right here. You want to make sure that you don't miss that. That's part of your increase for your armhole. And you just keep on repeating this, like I said, until you get to row 7. So I'm going to keep on going so we can get to row 7, so I can show you what to do when you get to row 7. And again, this is Marsha, head coach at Jabongel Handmade Apparel, and I'm showing you today how to make a 0 to newborn sweater from top down, from the top to the bottom. Hope everyone is okay. And then where I live, we got snow today. Quite a bit of it too. So the kids were out of school, so I guess they having themselves a ball. They were out of school yesterday too. Started yesterday. So they are having a ball. Chain 1. Go in that V-stitch again to make my other double crochet. Go in that one on the side. That's my increase, and continue on. We're getting there, y'all. Soon we're gonna have the main body work of a newborn sweater. And from these colors, it could be unisex. Could be for a girl or a boy. These colors, real wintry, like fall colors. Okay, so we're going to continue. Make sure you don't miss a stitch. Trying to keep my fingernail from pulling the yarn. That's slowing me down a bit. That's okay. Make sure I don't miss my last stitch here. Very easy to miss a stitch if you're not paying attention, see? And that makes it nice and even on the side. If I had missed a stitch, you're not going to have it even on both sides. It'll start looking all wonky and uneven. And again, chain 2 and turn when you get to the end. So we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is row number 5, y'all. Number 5. So again, you're going to continue putting your double crochets in each stitch. Okay. Coming along nicely, I think. Put in the comments, you know, what kind of weather y'all having wherever you are. Y'all having snow, rain, is it cold? It might be a warm day, you know, because we had a few days where the temperature went back in the 50s. One time it even went in the 60s. So, tell me what kind of weather you having where you are. Okay. Just going to continue on. And I do this a lot of moving around, y'all, so trying to keep these yarns. You don't want these yarns to get tangled up. So that's not going to do nothing but slow you down. Okay. And I'm going to take that out. That was not smooth at all. There it is. Yeah, I'll try to get bunched up together. Oh, oh, look at me. I got the yarn all around the lamp. Oh my goodness. It's so much to pay attention to when you're working. Okay. But it's okay. They'll just keep you on your toes. Okay, look at this. I don't want to get tangled up. Don't want no tangles in our yarn at all. You do not want that, okay? Okay, where am I at? Okay, I'm at my V stitch again. And if at any time, that any of y'all have any questions about something I made, just shoot me an email or ask me in the comments, and I'll try my best to answer your question. That's no problem. Wrap your yarn, go in a stitch, pull up a loop, go through two more. That's your double crochet. Wrap the yarn, go in a stitch, pull up a loop, go through two, wrap the yarn, go in a stitch, pull up the yarn, go through 2 stitches, go through 2. That's a double crochet. And the double crochet is a higher stitch. In some of my other videos, like when I made the beanie hat, that was a half double crochet. That stitch is half the size of this stitch. This stitch is a bigger, longer stitch. So it helps you to get your work done a little quicker because the stitch is a little longer. So therefore, you want to have more material when you finish, So I like to use the longer stitches, in some of the work because it helps you get through. Oh, I didn't pick out that. See, I lost my other yarn that time, so you have to make sure you holding all your yarns together there, and you grabbing all your yarns when you picking your yarn up. You grabbing everything, especially when you have 3 strands like I do. You have to make sure that you're picking everything up, That's part of getting the job done correctly, Okay. Just to the end. In every stitch. And see the stitch on the end right here? Have to make sure you go in that stitch. This is a stitch before it. You don't want to miss any stitch. See? Sometimes it's hard to see. See, this one, that's two, and there's one more right there. Gotta make sure you go in to that stitch also. And that gives you your straight edge right there. Make sure you don't miss a stitch. Chain 2 and turn. Now let's see what our work is looking like. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. It's coming along. See? It's building up. Okay? Excuse me. Keep hitting the light. Okay, what do I have here? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more rows, y'all. And then we'll be doing something a little different. Connecting all the V stitches, which is going to make the armhole. So this is 5. This is row 6. We have one on row 7 on that row. While working on the row, should I say, row 7, that's where you connect the V stitches, which makes your armhole. So actually, this is row 6. So when we get to the end of this row, on the next row, which is row 7, is the row where we'll be doing something a little different, connecting all these V stitches that we're making here, which will create the armhole. Like I said, make sure you don't miss any stitches, especially after your V stitch. So right here you put 1, then you put a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, that's your V stitch. Then there's one right next to it, like in the arm of the V stitch. Do not miss that stitch, because that's part of the increase, which makes your armhole. Just a few things to pay attention to, but I know you can do it. And I think soon I might do some lives while I'm making things, so that we can interact with one another. You can ask me questions and we can make something together, you know, and I could be right there to help you. That should be fun. And like I said, you don't want to miss no stitch. Don't miss no stitch. Shouldn't have no gaps. See how my work? No, holes. You don't hardly see any holes in it. Let's see what we got. Now, what we have rather. Make sure I get that stitch right after my V stitch right there. Stitch right after the V stitch. Sure you get that stitch. And this weather is going to be nice and heavy too. Yeah, this is kind of heavy. One day I'm probably going to give a tutorial on how you can get number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6 yarns and show you the different weights in the yarn, the different weights in the fabric, and the different kind of fabrics, acrylic and cotton and bamboo and chenille, and you know, all the different kinds of yarns. Some of the different kinds of yarns. There are so many kinds of yarn and different materials, and work some up, like do little samples so you can have an idea of, like, when you want to make a blanket, what yarn you should get. When you want to make, like, you know, something heavier like a coat or cardigan, you know, what yarn you should get, you know. That should be helpful, especially for people that's just starting out, you know. Double crochet all the way to the end, and don't forget when you get to the V stitch to do your increase and to put that stitch right on the arm of the V stitch. Don't want to miss that stitch. Every stitch, double crochet in there. Okay. Something exciting when you almost, you know, when you're getting close to your goal, you know, even if you still have work to do on your garment, it's just great when you have achieved most of the work, you know. And I just love it. I think I love crocheting because, or making anything with my hands, it's just amazed me how, like, you just take in this yarn, this material, and then you can make it into a wearable, usable product. That just does something for me, you know. It's so fascinating, you know. Okay, so we're getting to the end of row 6. Oh, y'all. Okay. And again, like I say, remember, see, that's a stitch and that's a stitch right there. When you get to the end, make sure you going into all of your stitches. And a good way to do that is to count your stitches, but when you got increasing rows like this, the stitches change because you're increasing on, you know, each row. So sometimes it's hard. I don't want you to get confused when you say, wait a minute, it's supposed to be this or it's supposed to be that, and you know. But as long as you see and you have that straight edge like this, straight. If your edge look wonky, then you probably missed a stitch. It should look straight, just like that. Okay? So, as I said, this is row 6, right? So the next row, this is where things change a little bit. Okay? So you still do, wait a minute. You still do your double crochet and turn. Okay, so this is the row, y'all. This is the row where we connect the V stitches, all those V stitches we've been making. Okay, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. So when you finish making your double crochets right here, and yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. These are your double crochet. Yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, so like I said, you're gonna keep doing that, and when you get to the V stitch, I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do different. Almost to the V stitch, and you're on the right side of the work. That's why it's important to know which row, because I always told you when you get to row 7, because this is 0 to newborn size, right? So it's certain rows you go on that's going to make the armhole bigger. That's why certain rows, because some garments I might continue all the way to row 13, because when you connect the V stitches, the armhole is going to be bigger because the garment is for a bigger person, you know. So that's why it's important to know what row that you're making your sleeves on or changing the work. You have to keep up with that depending on what you're doing, because things are different depending on what you are doing. Okay, and always when you doing the connecting of your sleeves, always be on the right side of your work. See, okay, this is the wrong side. Yeah, and this is the right side. So when you connect it, then it'll be on the right side, because you don't want to be on the wrong row and your work is on the wrong side. So here's this V stitch right here. This is important. This is where we're going to connect the V stitches to make the armhole. So you still go in that where you make the V stitch. You see the V stitches right here. You make sure you go in that stitch, okay? And then you take this and you find your other V stitch, which is right here, and you bring it together like so, right? And you're holding your yarn, right? And you know how we usually put double crochet chain one to make the V-stitch, so you're gonna put your double crochet through both of those stitches, this one and the back V-stitch. And you're just gonna make a double crochet, and you're gonna do that again, going through both V-stitches, and you make 2 double crochet, and that connected your V-stitches, which make your armhole. See, this is like the front part of the sweater, this is the shoulder part, and this is the armhole. Now that you bought the 2 V-stitches together to make the little armhole for that little arm to go into. Remember, this is newborn, 0 to newborn. So, and that's why you close on row 7, because the armhole only have to be so large in order to accommodate a 0 to newborn baby. So you don't want the armhole too big, so that's why it's and then you just continue to put your half double crochets like you were doing before. Continue to do that until you get to your next V-stitch, and I'll show you how to do that one more time to make your armhole. So again, continue, yarn over, pull up a loop, go through 2, go through 2, yarn over, go in a stitch, pull up a loop, go through 2, through 2. So these are your double crochets, what we've been doing throughout the whole project. And now this is the back side of the sweater. This is the back side, this is the sleeve, and this is the front. See it coming? It's coming into fruition. Okay, continue making your double crochet across the back of the little sweater. Okay, almost there, y'all. And like I said, this is probably going to have a part 2 where I continue making the rest. This is just going to be the chest portion of the sweater in part 1. And then in part 2, we'll continue with the length of the sweater and the sleeves, and probably making the buttonholes, you know, for it. So all that'll be in part 2. But this part 1 was just to show you how to construct a 0 to newborn sweater top down with double crochets and 3 different yarn strands. Okay, we're here again at the V-stitch. See, there's that V-stitch again. And this is, I call it the arm of the V-stitch, right? So you make sure you go into there, because that's your increase. You still have to do that. That's what I was telling you, to make sure you go in throughout the project. But now what's different is now you take this and you find your other V-stitch. Make sure you find your V-stitch, which is right here. And here's this one. Okay, remember, put your double crochet in there, and you bring these 2, skipping all of these stitches. You're skipping all of these stitches, and you're bringing these V-stitches together. When you bring them together, you know, just like we've been wait a minute, just like we've been bring them together, and you're gonna make, so you got them together. That's the back part, and this is the front part. V-stitch in the front and in the back, and you're just gonna go into both of those stitches. Bring your yarn up like you've been doing, and you go through two, so you're putting 2 double crochets in those V stitches, but you're putting it in both of them together. That's what's holding this together to make your armhole. Okay, so then you'll continue to, oh wait a minute, I got a space, so I missed a stitch. So you want to go right here and here and here, because you don't want to empty space right there. You're going to put your double crochet and your double crochet right here, and your double crochet. The next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, go through 2, go through 2 more, and continue that. Get to the end. And like I said, this is part 1 of how to make a baby sweater 0 to newborn. And I will have part 2 in there to continue. So we can complete the sweater. And again, you make sure you get that last stitch. Make sure you get that last stitch. Okay, so be nice and even. Okay, so yeah, look everyone. So this is 0 to newborn size, and we had the 3 threads, different yarns. You can use whatever materials you want. It's your project, whatever you want. And we use the wait a minute, that's not it. The eye hook. The eye hook. I love this hook. I use this hook for a lot of things. And again, this is 0 to newborn size. And it's done in double crochet, and this is a unisex. This color could be for a boy or a girl, and as you see, it's kind of heavy. Yeah. So this is part 1. So we'll be back with part 2, and I will show you how to continue it, which you'll just continue chain 3 like we've been doing, and put 1 double crochet into every stitch around and around and around until as long as you like, you know. And I'll tell you the measurements of what that would be once we get to that part, because it don't have to be but so long for a newborn. And then we're going to go and do the sleeves, and we're going to put 1 double crochet and in each stitch around. And in the beginning, we're going to count each one of these stitches, because you want to make sure that the amount of stitches you put on this side, you put on this side. Even if you made a mistake, and let's say you have 9 on this side stitches and you had 10 on here, you either going to leave 1 off on that side or add 1 on the other side, because what's important is you have the same amount on each side. You always add 1 or 2, or take away 1 or 2 stitches is a way to do that. But the main thing is to count each stitch and make sure to say you got 10, that you have 10 on this side. And I will show you that in part 2 on how to put the sleeves and make it as long as you want, and put the buttonholes on it and everything. So I hope everyone enjoyed learning how to make a 0 to newborn size sweater for a boy or a girl. I know I sure appreciate it. And again, I thank everyone for supporting my channel. And I'm Marsha Seawright here, coach over here at Jabongel Handmade. And I pray all is well. And like I said, this is part 1. So part 2 will be back another time. Okay, thank you. Remember, hug someone, love someone, and most of all, be there for someone. Bye.